There used to be an island on every map of the world, and now it's gone. People think it was a cartographer's mistake. But satellite scans say the island is still there, just invisible to the human eye. The last people who went to that place never came back. Scientists now call it the Dead Horizon Zone. Because when you face that direction, compasses freeze, light bends. And your vision fills with a black void. A darkness that doesn't belong anywhere on Earth. What you're about to hear is the final known history of that island, and why people still whisper its name in fear. In the northern Atlantic, at coordinates once marked as Greywater Isle, there existed a place so ordinary, so calm, that no one ever imagined it could someday become the most forbidden point on the ocean map. Sailors stopped there for rest. Researchers used it for seasonal studies. Tourists came to watch the warm glow that appeared along the shoreline at sunset. The island felt silent, untouched, but never dangerous. That illusion ended in the summer of 1998. A group of 50 researchers, 3 cargo boats, and more than 24 visitors were stationed on the island for a routine geological survey. They kept perfect logs, weather updates, supply notes, marine readings. Everything was normal, until 2:17 a.m. At that exact moment, every radio transmission from the island went dead. When the Coast Guard arrived the next morning, they found every structure still standing. Tents, equipment, personal bags, even half-burned cooking fires. But there were no people, no bodies, no footprints, no signs of panic, just an overwhelming metallic smell, and a shimmering distortion above the treeline, like heat rising from something that wasn't hot. The government labeled it a mass personnel disappearance, sealed the area, and restricted the coordinates within hours. But then something impossible happened. Within 1 week, Greywater Isle vanished from every map on Earth. Digital maps glitched. Printed maps removed it. GPS systems refused to lock onto the location, jumping several miles away every time. It was as if the island was erasing itself. Not just from geography, but from human memory. Yet satellites showed something was still there. A dark circular patch absorbing light instead of reflecting it. And that was only the beginning. Over the next decade, Greywater Isle turned into a whispered secret among sailors and deep-sea researchers. Official reports stopped mentioning it. Governments pretended it never existed. But the people who lived on the ocean, they knew something was still there. Fishermen reported the same thing again and again. Their engines didn't just stall near the zone. They went completely silent. As if every machine forgot how to function the moment it crossed an invisible boundary. And as soon as they drifted back out, everything came back to life instantly. Divers described something even stranger. They said the water around the missing island felt thicker, darker. Almost like descending into diluted ink. Flashlights didn't penetrate far. Shapes moved where no currents existed. And some divers claimed they heard faint tapping sounds beneath them, as if something below was feeling along the ocean floor. In 2006, an unofficial research team deployed a specially shielded submarine drone. The drone showed no issues, until it hovered just 60 meters above the coordinates where the island should have been. Then the feed glitched. Not static, but violent distortions. Like the camera was being pulled into 2 different timelines. For 3 horrifying seconds, the drone transmitted something no one has been able to explain. A landscape. Not the sea. Not the ocean floor. But a fragment of land floating in a pale white glow. Shapes resembling tents. Leaning, melted. As if exposure to something unnatural had warped them. Above everything hovered a massive slow-moving black wave, hanging in the air like liquid shadow. Then, the feed cut out. The drone imploded moments later. Pressure wasn't the cause. Something crushed it. One researcher insisted he heard voices through the distortion. Not screams, not whispers, but a rhythmic chant, repeating one message. Go back. Go back. Don't look at it. Nobody believed him publicly. But the footage spread through private oceanography circles. And people began calling the place something new. The blind zone. Because anything that tried to see it simply couldn't. And year after year, Satellite scans showed the dark circle slowly expanding, as if the missing island was breathing. By 2015, the blind zone had grown so large that international shipping routes quietly shifted away from it. No official explanation. No warnings. Just silent avoidance. Captains described the same chilling phenomenon. As their ships approached the invisible boundary, the waves stopped moving. No wind. No current. No tide. A flat, polished ocean surface, stretching for miles. And beneath that stillness, they felt a faint pulse. A slow, rhythmic vibration. As if the sea itself had a heartbeat. That same year, a private expedition was formed, funded by a man whose brother vanished on Greywater Isle in 1998. No governments. No institutions. Just 5 people, a reinforced vessel, and old-fashioned navigation tools that didn't rely on GPS. Their mission was simple: reach the center of the blind zone, and record whatever remained of the island. They crossed the boundary at dawn. Instantly, all sound disappeared. Not lowered, not dampened, erased. Their voices produced no echo. Metal made no clang. Even the wind passed through the sails without a single whisper. Seconds later, the ocean beneath them turned black, perfectly black, like a hole punched through the surface of the world. Then, something rose. Not land, not fog, not a creature. A distortion, a rippling fold of reality lifting upward, like a curtain made of liquid mirrors. Inside that distortion, the crew saw fragments of structures, tilted rooftops, collapsed walkways, and dozens of human-shaped silhouettes, standing perfectly still, facing the same direction. One silhouette held a flare, the exact model used by the 1998 research team. Then the distortion shuddered, and every silhouette turned its head toward the ship. At the same time, no faces, no eyes, just smooth, featureless shadow. Every camera died, lights failed, batteries drained, and a deep hum, like 1,000 voices vibrating as one, grew louder and louder until it shattered the ship's microphone. Hours later, the vessel drifted back out of the zone on its own. Only one crew member survived. He never explained what happened. He only said one sentence: "It's not an island anymore. It's something wearing the shape of one." Today, the blind zone continues to expand. Quiet, patient, waiting for the moment when someone, or something, finally steps out of it. If you want more dark, unexplained mysteries like this, hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, because what's coming next is even darker, deeper, and far more terrifying.